Well, I missed the bump and I missed the hit. Well, I missed that psychedelic trip. Well, I didn't quit. I just ran out of money. Give me another drink and I'll tell ya, I ain't feeding no lines. But that girl you knew last summer, well, she was out to kill your mind. And now you're home and defensive, like a dog gone in a bone.
Lacey, the genius.
The best wrestler around,
right.
no denying it.
I love Dean Price so much.
Dean Price.
Bless you all. Except this dodgy cunt.
I don't think Jesus called people dodgy cunts.
You did?
Dude!
Des. My Des.
How are you today? How are you today, my friend?
I'm really good after watching that. Obviously, I have to watch it today, don't I? Because, time difference and stuff. Yes, I feel good.
Wow. That, wow. Can we just say wow one more time? Let's just say wow one more time.
Wow. Fucking wow.
You are watching Dynamite with Dezzie and Dean. I pointed right the first time. That should be marked down here. We have been at it for 6 months, and let me tell you something, folks, really quickly to start off the show. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being a part of this. Yeah, check it out on YouTube. It's 6 months. 6 months. That's like our half-year anniversary, brother. Yeah. Let me tell you, oh my gosh, this week, last night's Dynamite is exactly why we do this. Why I am so happy to look at this handsome mug every single week and hear his beautiful angel voice. And
no one's ever said that before. Go and see it.
Wow. Well, then people are not giving you the love you need. Not giving you the love you need, Dean.
You give me all the love I need, Dad.
Oh my gosh, brother! Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Quick shout out. We're both just wearing the cool merch here today. We both have the logos on. So
my mum made me this. My mum made it. Yes, mum.
That's awesome. Pretty soon we're gonna have knit shawls. We're gonna have big quilts that have the Triple D logos on them here. It is a big one. Winter is here. Speaking of quilts, speaking of staying warm, winter is here. Can we just say that now? Winter is officially here, even though it is 0 Celsius right now in Inuvik. We have freezing rain outside. Literally, our communities are getting blanketed in frozen ice. But the warmth from inside AEW is going to keep us going because, good Lord, was this a great episode of Dynamite.
It was. It really was. So much to talk about in this episode. So much. Really there is. So let's get right into it here. I'm just excited to listen to you talk about it, to be honest. Watch you go mental.
In all the excitement, I did not make any titles. I have not made any cards.
Who cares? No one cares. Who cares?
The Battle Royale here, the Diamond Battle Royale. This was fun. This was exactly what we wanted to start off an episode of Dynamite. I thought it was a super fun way to start off the show. It felt like a pay-per-view show. It really did. It didn't feel like a show at all. I love the fact that we got to see Hangman celebrating with the Dark Order. I thought that was super cool. The fact that Hangman was in there so much with the Dark Order, Silver's on his back, and they're just going there. He even saved them, but eventually Hangman was eliminated by Matt Hardy. Hardy with this new persona. I love that new confidence they're giving him. Matt Hardy is just, it's like him and Chris Jericho are racing to be the masters of reinventing themselves and staying on top of things, because I just want to see more Matt Hardy. There's never a point of my life, and I might be in the minority here, and please stop me if I'm wrong, but I'm always willing to give Matt Hardy a chance, and more often than not, he delivers, man. They should call him the mailman, Matt Hardy, next, you know?
I love Matt, yeah, I love him. Especially when you're younger, we're all about Jeff. Matt's just the other one sort of thing, but as he's gone on, Jeff Hardy's the same Jeff Hardy he always has been. Matt Hardy likes to reinvent himself. I've got a lot of time for Matt Hardy. I think he's nice. Seems like a good dude.
No, totally, man. Totally. Matt Hardy in there. Matt Hardy and Quen on the apron. Miro pushes Quen back over and then right back out. That was some Hardy party spots right there, man. Like the fact that these guys are doing this over the apron, but Miro's just not having shit there. He's just like, you know what? No, you're out of here. Miro, I don't know what they did with Miro. I don't know if he just went on a 2-week regimen or something, but he was looking cut tonight, man. He was looking like the man. He was definitely looking like a top ranked player.
I think he got the most eliminations, didn't he?
I wasn't even.
So. I think he did. Well, he took out about 4 in about 10
Right.
seconds, didn't he? We're on a right tear.
So I like that Inner Circle ganging on Miro there. We're seeing that. And then, of course, Miro versus Wardlow. I have Wardlow with 5 W's in my notes here. Holy shit. Like, let's let this happen.
I enjoyed that face-off. Yeah, that was fun.
You know, that was super fun, man. MJF tossing Jungle Boy. Tosses Jungle Boy. MJF. What the hell am my notes even saying here?
He eliminated him and Sammy Guevara when they had that great little back and forth on the apron.
That's what it was. Yeah, that's right.
Athletic. That were really nice work between them, and then MJF eliminated them both.
Yeah.
So at that point, obviously, thought it were only him and Wardlow left, which I thought would have been kind of an interesting story way to go. But then Wardlow, as revealing as the brains and the brawn and the beauty, notices that OC's still in it. So yeah, that was all fun.
No, exactly. So Orange Cassidy there throws out Wardlow. So now we got the last 2, MJF and Cassidy. So that was interesting, though. I like that format where you get the last 2 guys, and now they have a match, right? So I think that's interesting. That's a good vehicle to use, I think, for other number 1 contenderships and things like that too, right? It's not just the last man standing; it's the last 2 guys in there, and they have a future opportunity at something down the line. I think that's interesting.
Yeah, definitely. It's like MJF effectively defending his ring. So should be a fun match. We haven't seen that matchup yet. Have we? I think we have an interaction between.
JT, they need to quit teasing the big guys and let them go at it, right?
Yes.
This whole edging thing for me is not working because I am like, I don't have stamina for this. You know what I mean? I'm falling asleep because I need to get going here. I need something to like bang bang happen here. And speaking about bang bang happen here, holy shit, Chris Jericho taking on Frankie Kazarian here. And holy shit, man, this match was so fun. This match did not feel like we were watching these 2 guys at this stage in their careers. This match felt like they both took it out. They both brought this. Oh my God, it was almost like a time machine, this match here. I loved it so much, man. That Spanish fly slam there, holy shit.
It looked rough, that, didn't it? It looked a rough landing.
Oh, dude. But that's what happens when you're both so safe, when you know how to take care of somebody, right? You just know how to, like, when things don't go as planned, you still make them as good as they can go. But oh my God, yeah, like, and then we had Inner Circle interfering. MJF about to throw in the towel. I thought that was a great spot right there, man, where he had the towel ready to go, and like Sammy just stopped him, and right in the middle of it, like all Chris sees is Sammy holding this towel. Like there's so much here that they're just like there's these key points that they're hitting.
That was nice
really hit with me,
because last time MJF threw a towel in, he turned on the person who we were supposed to be on board with and stuff. So you're thinking about all that stuff with Cody, aren't you? With a towel, like, what does that mean for MJF? Is this part of his? So I did like all that.
Yeah, it was awesome. And then of course we have Sammy stops MJF in the chaos. Chris Jericho with the Judas effect there wins the match. MJF and Sammy blow up afterwards. Wardlow and Hager facing off again with these big men. I swear to God, Dean, they know we're watching. Tony is watching the show, and he just knows how to egg us on here, man. Just eggs us on here. So next week, and Chris puts the ultimatum down. He says next week the Inner Circle either gets through this or they break up. So it's not even a thing of MJF is back out of the group. It's that we're all going to split up, and that's it. It's that serious. Either we're all united or none of us are together at all.
And it's awesome when you know there's an Inner Circle segment coming up next week. I'm all for that. You know, they've been doing some great work, haven't they? Especially with all MJF, so that should be awesome. Yeah, but like you say, we're nice to see 2 older pros who've like been around for decades, who haven't faced off, and it's nice that after Jericho being in WWE for so long, there's all these other veterans that we haven't had a chance against, and it's nice. Like I say, we saw with Christopher Daniels last week. It's nice. It's not just the older guys putting younger guys over, but also putting themselves over. It's great.
Yeah, exactly here, right? It's exactly it. Is we're seeing these guys proving they can still go at that pace. JT, I love Jericho, don't get me wrong, but no one gives Kaz enough credit for being this far along. He was running cards in the early 2000s, and all looks like this. Yeah,
he's awesome, Kaz. Still in incredible shape.
Yeah, that's why SCU is up there. You know what I mean? When they took on Scorpio, it was like, hell yeah, man. You know, like this established tag team is now a trio here that's one of the best in the world, right?
Yeah, they're a good act.
Lise here saying, I was hoping it was going to be MJF and Wardlow as the last 2, and then next week MJF expects him to lay down for him, and Wardlow's like, nope, buddy. That would be fun. That'd be super fun.
Yeah, because we do want this Wardlow face turn against MJF, and that'd be kind of a good way to go about it, really, I suppose, you know. But We haven't got it yet. Slow build.
Okay, that makes sense. He was and still looks like this. Okay, I was just like, what? It's too early in the morning for that. I can't take words like this.
Well, no, it's tea time.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So for some of us, it's not. It's different time of the day here. Okay, so backstage, we got the Young Bucks with Alex Marvez here and Caster. We got Max Caster on Dynamite. I was so hyped for this, man. Soon as I saw Caster come out on the screen, I knew we were gonna get a mad rap. I've just been watching them on Dark, and I just awesome. The first time I've ever seen this guy. Wow, man. Really fucking burned him. I love his presence. And then, of course, we got Tony. I
thought the rapping was shit. I really thought the rapping was crap. I thought it was shit. I'm like, it took me till the end to realise he was supposed to be rhyming stuff together. The delivery was terrible. I'm like, right, he's rapping. Like John Cena style rap and that. Let me slowly say a sentence that rhymes with another sentence. No against him. You know. But I will say about this, Young Bucks were completely back in where we had douchebag modes, which I didn't like. Like when Marvez is talking, and he's just like, Nick Jackson's like, do you remember when we super kicked you in the face? And it's like, it wasn't like cool or anything. It just like, I just said, what a dickhead. He just seemed like a fucking dickhead. You know what I mean? No cool heel, not even, no interesting about it. Just like, what a prick. You know what I mean? Like, so I've got to say, Hybrid 2 can give him a knockabout. I just thought, what a dick. I've liked the fact that they went that way. And then when they won the belts, it felt like, no, this is better with Young Bucks and stuff with Top Flight. And then it was like, going back into douchebags. I don't get it. To fight another heel team again? I don't get it. So I don't know. But yeah. I just thought Nick Jackson seemed like a proper arsehole then. It pissed me off a bit.
Shanna's here agreeing that those were not sweet rhymes.
They were not sweet rhymes.
John Howell, the backstage interview segment could very well lead to a huge, fun 8-man tag. We got to have that as like the Pee Wee Herman word of the day, where just 8-man tag shows up and it just starts blinging around here. Because definitely we love those 8-man tags, and so does Tony, for sure. But so yeah, we saw Tony Hawk 2 come in, attacking the Bucks, and SCU came in with the save, definitely leading up to the 8-man tag. It's going to be an 8-man tag, and we're all going to love it. That's what's going to happen.
Probably.
Yeah, probably. Okay, moving on here. We got Britt Baker taking on Layla Hirsch here. And oh my gosh, was this ever something that I enjoyed? This was okay. Up until this point, this was definitely my match of the night. I was watching this thinking to myself, this is going to be like Layla Hirsch is my wrestler of the week for this week here. Layla Hirsch is going to do it. She's doing it for me here. She's got that presence, that strength, that I can beat you up power, that look of like, hey, what did I say here? Stout little woman. She is definitely a stout little woman.
Joan Silver. That's what I've dubbed her.
Yes. Okay. I saw there was a little bit like there's some spots obviously like a little bit slow in that low super kick by Britt. But I thought it was an awesome match. Hirsch is so well rounded as a wrestler. I thought she can upset Britt here. I thought this was going to be Layla's time to get a win over Britt and just really push herself into the scene here because Britt is so established there. But of course, Britt got her finisher locked in. And this is funny because the biggest moment of the night here, of course, because this was the biggest match for me so far, Thunder Rosa coming here. Thunder Rosa is here, say my notes. Like, this is the big thing for me right at this point. Thunder Rosa's winter is here. Thunder Rosa, right? I'm so pumped for Thunder Rosa versus Britt is the match we need. I'm pumped for this here. And, yeah, oof.
Well, that's why Britt should have won, and I'm glad she did. And, like, Layla, she's great. I think she's so little, bless her, isn't she? It's like she's literally, how do you run the ropes when you're not even as tall as them? Have you noticed when she runs the rope, she puts on her tiptoes, you know, so she can get her shoulders on. But she's so strong and powerful, and like, yeah, not a bad little showing for her. I love Britt Baker. I like seeing her on Dynamite. More of her. And like, this is that's a Thunder Rosa versus Britt Baker. That's a feud in the women's division that I'm actually really excited about.
Right. And
it's not to do with the belt. It's a proper feud for the women's division, and like, they're both awesome. So they can have should be some great work between them two coming up.
Absolutely. JT saying Britt missed every knee that she threw, and Rosa saved that segment.
They won a couple of like when she went for the super kick as well, it didn't really connect and stuff. There were a bit of few moments, but maybe it's just because they hadn't quite worked together, or maybe just because Joan Silver's so short, it just throws.
I was about to say,
it went off, like where to,
yeah,
pull into
that
early,
might be it
thinking
too.
I should be, so maybe a bit of that, but
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's it, because Britt's not a sloppy worker normally. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a fan of Britt for sure. So to see her do that, maybe it was that foot long difference. Sorry, the foot height difference there. Lisa's saying Layla's a badass. First saw her Bloodsport, loved her instantly. Tiny but tough for sure. Oh, Des, you knew AEW wouldn't peak that early, right? I don't know, man. I thought so. I thought this was, for me, this was the big. Okay, this is funny because every week I watch Dynamite. Most times I watch it not pre-tape, but after the fact. So I get to pause and I get to do this. Last night I watched it live, and the friends of us here that are watching know how excited I was and still am, obviously excited about the rest of the show. So very quickly into this next match, my notes are going to stop, and then they will become non-existent for the rest of the show. So I will be reacting on emotion alone. So after that match here, let's get into full mode here. I'm conflicted. Do we do Triple C? First we start off with Triple C.
Well, first we keep changing between the two.
Yeah, you see, I think we're just gonna keep switching between the two of them here. We're gonna go Triple C. We're gonna go Triple T. There's a lot to do here. There's a lot going on. A lot of moving parts here. Darby with the sweet entrance. Okay, Darby Allin again with the sweet entrance. Darby's always got his nice entrances, and every time we see Darby Allin, we have to pay homage. So we had Darby Allin with his sweet entrance comes out, and Darby is the king now. Darby is the TNT champion. He's the man, but he's also Cody's partner. Sorry, he's also the partner of Cody Rhodes. Remember that. So now, welcome to the planetarium. Welcome to the other world. Welcome to a world beyond your world, a galaxy far, far away. Fuck, man. Cody's fucking ego. He is still the biggest star of this company. You know, he is not. He is. There's other spots here to, like, you know what I mean? You just lost the championship to the dude, and you can't. It's like you can't just come back stronger. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like it didn't phase him because it didn't matter. You know what I mean? That's what I'm getting off this whole Cody thing here. Cody is bigger now than he's ever been. Cody looks like a very big man. He's very, very, what's the word that we say?
Especially stood next to Darby.
Oh, well, yeah, of course. He's a giant next to Darby. And, oh my gosh, he is bigger and stronger than Powerhouse Hobbs. He is bigger and stronger than Powerhouse Hobbs, as we saw in the beginning of this match. He overpowered Will Hobbs. Let me tell you something. The one thing that Billy Gunn is bringing to AEW, the one thing that Billy Gunn has truly brought to the table has been that prescription of HGH, because Cody is big, okay? Cody got at least 4 inches taller in the last year. And I'm sorry, but at Cody's age, you don't grow height-wise, do you? I don't think so. But anyways, okay. So now we're going to switch gears here because Team Taz here, okay? Team Taz, somebody has to say this. Hobbs is a beast. Hobbs is an animal of a man. This man is somebody who has the entire world in front of him in pro wrestling. He literally, there is no end for Will Hobbs here. Sorry, Powerhouse Hobbs. Sorry, Team Taz presents Powerhouse Hobbs. There's no ceiling for this man. Team Taz presents Powerhouse Hobbs can go anywhere he wants in the world now because he's a star. He is got it all, in my opinion. And what he's lacking, he's going to pick up very quickly from his mentor, Team Taz.
How old is he? How old is he? Because I'm impressed by his strength and his power and stuff, but it doesn't excite me like a Wardlow or someone else who's a big, strong, powerful. I don't quite get it yet. So how old is he? Like, I'm not saying he won't get there, but because I actually put that in my notes when the commentary were putting over Hobbs, like, he's so much better than even Ricky Starks, his teammate. Well, to me, if there is a star of Team Taz, it's Ricky Starks for me.
Yeah.
And I feel if anyone of the group will be the world champion
Taz
in that group, I'd think it'd be Ricky Starks, who'd surely hold the most titles in 15 years' time. I'd think he'd have the most titles out of anyone in the group. But that's just my opinion. Personally.
I respect you a lot, but I disagree here. Obviously, the star of Team Taz is Taz,
respect me, Des.
And obviously after 15 years, the person with the most championships is going to be Taz. Okay, Taz is the star. That's why it's Team Taz.
Talking about championships, I'm confused. Why is Taz coming out with the belt? Is it not? Did he not give it to Cage? Is it Cage's belt? Because Cage didn't have it on. Why don't Cage come out and he's wearing the belt because he's part of that team anyway? And Taz can be patting it, pointing at it. This is the belt. This is the champ. This is the man. He didn't even have it. And then later on, when he's passing it to Hobbs to hit Cody, Hobbs is sort of posing with it. It's like, hang on. I'm confused. I thought it was already Cage's. So Taz is like, oh, respect this belt. That respect it. Put it on your champion then. Respect the belt. Where does it belong around the waist of your the champ that you? So as he took the belt back off Cage, I'm confused.
I think the belt is like a ring rat and it's just being freebirded around right now in Team Taz. And so that's what we're going to get is everybody's...
on a single title. Yeah.
That's Team Taz right there, man. That's Team Taz. They're going to do it here. They're going to do it. Okay, so...
With a what the fuck belt, should it?
Darby and Ricky colliding with those headbutts, though. That was a spot here. That's when that's when I'm still taking notes. It's the second last note I have. That was a crazy headbutt. Like, that's a spot that I would never... I don't like taking headbutts. I don't like colliding with somebody else, and I always feel like that whenever I see that.
In my notes, I put with that botch or just really, clever selling or what, because it looked quite impactful.
That's what I mean, right?
But Darby Allin's mentally, but anyway, if he said, can I just headbutt you as hard as possible? He'd say, yeah, of course you can.
Yeah, right? Well, that's exactly it. Right now. Just hit me.
The match, though, Darby got the win, which is good. But he's the TNT champion, and it's like he's the one getting worked over. So Cody, big superstar Cody, can make the hot tag and have that spot. And it's like, Darby's the champion, not you anymore. It's like, come on. If you're going to be in this role, you need to play your role. But he's not. He's still the star of it all. And it just frustrates me a little,
Yeah, it came off pretty rough as just like, we know what you're trying to do, Cody. You know what I mean? You want to be the big guy here, the big hero facing off against the big bad guys. But get another partner. Don't tie. Darby should have let this pay-per-view. This would have been awesome if we saw Darby's first defense at Winter is Coming or Winter is Here, whatever you want to call it, last night. If we saw Darby put his title on the line for the first time after he just won it, that'd be great. Even against a member of Team Taz because they've been fighting with Darby for fucking a year. No, but instead we get Cody pulling himself into this because he's like, hang on now, I lost the title to you, but the rub isn't quite done yet, kid. Just wait. Oh, so fucking sorry. I'm sorry. The rub isn't quite done yet, kid. I can still do a little bit more for you here, And then Brandy's all, yeah. But I mean, this is what I'm saying. So, anyways, this is where my notes go off the rails because I stopped taking notes because my life took a break. I blacked out for a little while. Crazy stuff. The match ends. Team Taz beating up the faces. Arn Anderson, God love him for getting involved, man. When I saw Arn getting in there, I was like, holy shit, Arn, good for you. And then Arn started getting stomped down, and everybody's getting stomped down. And you're like, okay, this is Team Taz is the most dominant force now because they're managing to take down Cody Rhodes. And then the lights went out. Like, what? I thought it was okay, cool, right? Like somebody's going to come out. I was like, no, Darby's already out. Cody's already out. Who's left? Like, who could be? Will it be like an indie debut? Who's going to be coming back? What's happening? We start seeing. I thought it was going to be somebody from Alaska. I swear to God, I thought it was going to be somebody from the north or the high Arctic or somebody very Canadian because of how much the trees and the winter they were showing and stuff. Good God, when Sting's name came up on that screen, I probably just emptied my bowels. I screamed so loud, dogs heard me. Really, it was bad, dude. I couldn't. There are so few surprises in this day and age of pro wrestling. There are so few. I don't read dirt sheets anymore. I used to go to Raja.com and Wrestle News Source or whatever.com and look at headlines every day at work and be reading it and waiting for the next thing to drop. I don't do that anymore with AEW because I'm worried I might see something I don't want to see that they don't want me to see yet. Because
I'm doing this as well. I'm doing this has stopped me doing. I used to watch Wrestle Talk every day, every video they put out, and Cultaholic and stuff. Watch every news segment, what's the rumors, what's going on. And since doing this, like, and I don't now, because it's like we want to react as fans to what we're seeing, and it's nice to keep as much of it alive as you can. Isn't it? Obviously, you can't avoid a lot of stuff. Of course, you can't. You know what I mean? That's the world we live in. But it's nice to get genuinely surprised by stuff you didn't see coming. So it's nice to stay away from it a bit as well, isn't it? And this was a genuine jaw-dropping moment. I were like,
yeah,
you know, like, and then I had to like realize, oh, close your mouth, Dave. You're drooling.
yeah, bugs are getting in. So Sting is here. Sting is in AEW. He's wearing a shirt that says AEW. Sting with the bats. Like Sting is here, and apparently it's like the most sold shirt in 24 hours. Of course it would be. Of course it would be. You know, right? But holy smokes, man! Unbelievable, dude. Like I couldn't even. So I'm freaking out at the idea that he's here, and this is such a presence to have here, because you're thinking, imagine the knowledge, imagine the mentorship, imagine the on-screen character of Sting in whatever role. Like, obviously at 61 years old and the last match he's had and everything else, I don't expect him to get physical at all. I don't think he's going to get in the ring. I think he's going to be a manager, if anything. But like, Sting, dude, that's like, it's Sting. And what else can you like? I was ready. I was wearing my Kenny Omega shirt yesterday all day. I was ready for the main event because I knew the main event was going to kill me. I knew the main event was going to be heart-stoppingly crazy for me. I had all this expectations for the main event, so much so that I had my blinders totally on. Didn't see this coming at all. Like Sting, I'm like, fuck off, right? Like, grab me a towel here because I'm about to lose it. Like, that was nuts. That was absolutely nuts. JT saying it'll be a great chance for some of the younger guys to learn for sure. I don't think he'll be in the ring, though. I agree. I totally agree.
Don't you wish you could, like, because that's what I was thinking about. What are his intentions like? Because obviously he chased off, he got in, he had a little face off with all four of them in each corner, didn't he? Went up to Arn, and, you know, and called it. And he ended up with Darby. And it's like, if he could get physical, that's the match. Like, imagine Sting and Darby for TNT title to, like, put what a win for Darby to, you know, get, and, like, what a rub. And I think that it's a shame he, like you say, he's 61 and Seth Rollins ruined him. Because that'd be, you know, but he had the bar, he's in ring, he's in gear almost, like, wasn't he? So it's like, maybe he is, maybe just like, fuck it, I'll have one more. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't know. Like, I don't think he's there to wrestle. I think he's there as Sting. He's not there as Steve Borden, or he's not there as I was Sting. He's there as I'm here as an active character competitor, same way Jake the Snake is, same way, you know, you see like Taz is, right? Like,
so would you put him with Darby then, or what would you do with him?
Oh man, I think so. I think I would.
Darby with the last one, he went the last one, and he had like sort of the longest face off with, a bit like, I could teach you a few things, kid. I could take you to the next level, even though you're already a champ. So I think of it, I think that's what's great about AEW, the legends in active storylines being not just like this with WWE, come out, pop the crowd, probably bury someone by doing one move on them and someone who, you know, and then leave, and then there's no to come of it next week or whatever. But AEW actually has these people like actively working. They are characters, whether they can get physical or not. And that's nice. That's really nice.
And let's say it right now. Multi-year contract. Holy shit, man. A multi-year contract to AEW. Okay, I fucking laughed so hard at this. I just saw this before we went on air here. There's the picture of Vince on the phone, and he says, yo, the AEW just brought out Sting. Undertaker, I need you to do something big for me. And Taker says, sure. And then it says next week on NXT, Undertaker returns. That's the fucking funniest shit ever, man, because you gotta think that how do you I can't even, my brain doesn't work when I think about how the fuck WWE is so big of a juggernaut of a company, and why the fuck they couldn't keep somebody like Sting on their contract, even to bring him in backstage as an agent or as a mentor backstage, to keep him there as a reoccurring character on TV in some kind of a role. Don't you understand that people love Sting? Don't you understand the value that Sting brings to your brand? The value of guys like Dean Malenko, of Arn Anderson, Tully. Why are any of these guys slipping through their cracks? AEW, by all rights, if Vince wanted to, and I love AEW, I love what they're bringing, I love what it's become, but Vince has let so much go because of his arrogance and the way he treats people and just the WWE machine, that it's just leaving something so open for this. And we haven't even gotten to the big fucking story of the show yet, and how much bigger AEW is making the whole pro wrestling scene, because and this is the middle of the fucking show. Okay, that's what I'm saying right here. Shannon's right here. They brought in Sting, surprise, in the middle of the show. So incredible to see. It wasn't at the end to finish it off. Like, I'm sorry, I was catching my breath, and I'm like, and I love how they're like, okay, then after this, after this fucking 20 minutes of, it was probably commercials. I don't even remember the fucking next part of the show, because you were just like, oh, like they were good in their pacing, in that they just gave me 15 minutes to talk to my friends and to just say, holy fuck, like that was crazy, man. That was crazy. The fact they had him say nothing spoke volumes, because they know the appearance of this man. Thank you, JT. The appearance of Sting is enough to just, dude, not ripples, tsunami waves through the pro wrestling world. And the show wasn't even over yet. How does Sting appearing on your show, making a debut, making his return to wrestling on AEW, how is that not the biggest news of the night?
Well, that's it. When you've got the match that was the main event, that's why it's
dude. Okay,
but this is great though. You want to be super hyping halfway through the show? Just fucking love it. Love AEW.
Dude, like I can't even, man. Like I just can't even, man. Oh man, people right now, I can already see it. There's already people on my timeline sharing memes and in groups I'm a part of that are saying, oh, AEW fans shit on WWE for using old guys, and now they're just all excited for Sting. Stop. No, that's not what it's about here. WWE misuses old guys in every respect. Either they're underused or they're overused, and they're burying young talent. Let me tell you a story about Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho and what could have been the greatest WrestleMania main event feud of all time. Warrior and Hogan, title for title, was great on paper, and it looks great when you look at the cover. But that match was so much dog shit. Those guys could not. That was really like, holy shit, you guys have really. It's like when you watch a horror movie from the 70s and you're like, that got you guys going back then? That's what I feel when I watch Hogan and fucking Ultimate Warrior. I'm like, that got you guys going back then? Like, really? But Kevin Owens building a story with Chris Jericho, the friendship, the brotherhood they had, the Festival of Friendship, everything going on there was leading to Chris Jericho as U.S. champ and KO as Universal champion, going to WrestleMania. It was fucking right around the corner of WrestleMania season.
Should have been
two of these guys with the fucking, there we go, all the steam right there to unify the titles, have these big two Canadian boys going at it. Can you imagine the buy-in from north of the border from here would have been insane. It would have been fucking bonkers. Instead, hey, I love Goldberg, okay? I'm a Goldberg fan. I really am. I like Goldberg in the way that he was used, because in small doses, he's impactful and he's a big guy. Bang, 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 quick. Okay, I'm a fan of that. I like that. Brock Lesnar, same thing. Unpopular opinion. I loved Brock back in the day enough that I have rose-colored glasses for the shittiness he's become. I think John Cena, I think Suplex City should have been a one-off. It should not have been a 4-year, 10-year, fucking 15-year thing. It should have been a one-time thing to surprise everybody like it did, because it got everybody talking. And that's when they should have realized, hey, everybody's talking. Let's change it up now so that they don't fucking get sick of this. Instead, they didn't. So Goldberg versus Lesnar was, to me, money. That had my attention already. They did not need...
It was good. It was, at the time, I fucking genuinely, well, I was stood up in my living room like, it were cool. They cool.
Didn't need the title,
I feel like we're on a different podcast now about.
But exactly, yeah. But they didn't know. They didn't know that he was. They didn't need the title. They didn't need the championship on them for that story.
No, yeah,
and that's what I'm saying here, right?
Yeah,
that's my whole long way of fucking saying that WWE has just been fucking up to the point that now there's this wide open door here, and these fans are ready for it. And now you've got people jumping ship. They want to leave. and we're waiting for them.
And it's awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah,
Better place.
absolutely.
This is a better place for the wrestlers to work. You know, less schedules, but just like it's better for them. So I'm glad that we have fucked up and let things go through crack and gone shit, because now we've got this. So it's like, I know if anyone who has the argument of, oh, you're just getting WWE guys or whatever, it's like, no. Getting WWE guys who they didn't know what to do with, and look at them now, the stars. That's why they've got them, because they're awesome.
Yeah.
You know?
Because
they're showing you why.
Yeah,
it's great.
Yeah, for years they're being underused, and I just can't wait till Cesaro comes over, man. Cannot wait until the day we see Cesaro.
I know, man. How was he not had a world title in WWE? Man, he's joking me.
I hope they do that now. I hope WWE does that now. They took a reevaluation and they say, look, we have to think about what we're doing here, because, I mean, come on. This is more than just a buzz. And not because of Sting alone, but because of what's coming next in the show here, let's talk about the main event. Let's talk about a match that we've been looking forward to for a very long time. Kenny Omega taking on, go help me now here, Jon Moxley here, AEW Championship. This match, and this is again what I'm talking about when I say that I was fully trusting of AEW. When I saw the time was only 20 after the hour or something, and they were already getting ready for the main event, I knew we were going to be in for a great wrestling match. Yep. I knew it wasn't going to be like one of those things on WWE where they say title match tonight and there's 15 minutes left in the show. Because that's some bullshit, okay? That's some bullshit. This was incredible.
And to announce that it will go, if that they'll carry on. If it goes beyond the end of the show, we'll stick with it. You know, like it will get its full hour regardless of the time. And I just thought I really liked that when I saw how long we're left. I thought, yes.
Yeah, right. And this was two guys that you give them the chance, you give them this shot, and they're not going to waste it. You know, there is so much steak under that sizzle that you're going to have a big meal. You're going to have a good time, right? They're not just going to like take your attention and then flutter away with it. This is going to be something worthy of it. I have no more notes here for the rest of the show. I just remember how this match made me feel. I remember the emotions I felt. I remember being glued to my television, and I still thank God my wife and daughter were out running errands, because they would have not let me do this. They would have not let me be me for this whole match. I was all over the place. I was on the couch. I was standing up. I was sitting down. I was at the edge. I was laying down. I was fucking upside down. I felt like if I had a telephone with a long cord, like it was back when I was growing up, I would have had that sumbitch wrapped around my fucking finger over and over again while my knees were fucking twiddling in the air like a little schoolgirl on her bed talking with her best friend, because I would have had you on the phone. I just Dean, please move to my time zone, Dean.
I can just say that.
I need Dean, I need you to be in my own time zone, brother, because we are too far away. I was going to call you at 3 a.m. your time, whatever it would have been 4 a.m. And I would have said, hey, sorry, not sorry. You need to fucking turn your TV on right now. Like, this is a thing that's bigger than big. And I remember the only message I sent you was stay off of socials. And that's it. Just watch the show as soon as you can. Like, there's no bullshit here.
Oh yeah, I always avoid the internet.
And so do I. But it happens. And especially there was bombs everywhere. People were not. It was just straight up this, and it's like, holy shit, you guys, you know. But this match was exciting, incredible. There were so many points where I really wanted Kenny Omega to win this. I had the shirt on. I'm a huge Kenny mark. I love Kenny much more than I love Moxley, especially for a lot longer, right? Moxley's really impressed me this year, but before AEW, I was not on Moxley's. When Moxley came in and beat Jericho for the title, I was like, I get it, but I fucking hate it, right? Like, I fucking hate it because it's Dean Ambrose coming in here. I get that he's bringing that, but I don't like it. But holy shit, look at me turning around 180 here, 360 fucking spinning around. I love Jon Moxley to the point where I would have been cool with Kenny taking the L last night, man. I would have been cool with Kenny losing the match and Jon being the champion still, because Jon Moxley has proven himself beyond any shadow of a doubt to be the man. He is the champion here. He is gold. This man is amazing. He is spades, light years, a million light years beyond anything I ever thought he could ever be. And that's me watching him for years in WWF. This isn't me knowing who John Moxley was before and CCW and having all that. But wow, man, this match just had me. There were so many points where I was like, you did good, Kenny, man. It's over, right? You did good. It's time. You can let go now. No, he didn't, though. He just didn't. And it kept going, and it kept getting more and more physical, and it kept building until you finally got to this point where I like to have those heaters outside, right? And that's where you see him get the paradigm shift into that heater. Don Callis being at ringside was something they've done so much now with the cross promotion of Impact. It was something so smooth, so natural, and them saying Kenny's friendship with him, and they brought up the histories, and they did it so well that you were excited for the future of Impact and AEW, but you would, Jesus, man. So Callis starts saying, like, Callis gets involved and says this match has, like, he has a microphone trying to get it to go live, and he's saying this has to stop because Kenny's hurt. Kenny hasn't been responsive since he got that paradigm shift into that heater. He's like done. Kenny is not in a shape to wrestle this match anymore. The referee and Mox get distracted. Or Mox drops him, right? Yeah, Mox dropped. He dropped Callis. He just said it.
Yeah, shoved him. Yeah, shoved him to the ground.
Yeah, so he shoved him, and that's when the fucking microphone goes loose. Kenny's got the microphone and just thump, like, hard way thump, like. I've got some experience with those handheld microphones, and they're like Nokia cell phones. Those motherfuckers are solid, right? So if you're gonna it takes a slam to even dent one of those things. So if you're gonna hit somebody in the head with that metal end of it, like I imagine there was a metal end to that microphone protector, that will do damage. And oh my God, man, I couldn't. It was like that scene in Saving Private Ryan where the guy is like there, but he can't hear because they're ringing in his ears. I couldn't hear shit. I had like tunnel vision. All I could see was my TV. And I'm like, this is it. This is literally, I think the shirt ripped, like it's at least stretched. It's at least stretched. Holy shit. Because I fucking tried. Oh my God. Oh my God, man. I was in heaven. Cloud 9. Kenny covers. I couldn't even the amount.
After that, I did that. Then he hit one trigger.
Then the amount of V triggers.
4 V triggers. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Then it's the one-winged angel. Boom.
Yeah. No, that was it, man. It was so. There were so many V triggers. I remember thinking to myself, "Here's the first one, and now Mox is gonna like reverse it again, and Mox is gonna be the ultimate champion here." But he just kept hitting them. And hitting them.
The second one especially looked fucking brutal.
Yeah.
It looked insane, like it could have just knocked him clean out there and then. It looked so rough, that second one.
Yeah.
Like he just took it to the tempo, basically.
But that was it. And you think that after all that, when they put him in the corner to get him up for the one-winged angel, you've got to think that was the only way they were going to get him up there at that point because Moxley was so fucking out of it, right?
Exactly. Great storytelling, well played.
He's got to be. Fucking just to see him up there. And the one-winged angel, such an amazing move because there's such a point for the reversal to happen up there. So many points out of that electric chair drop for the guy to get out of it. When he pushed his leg over his shoulder and he pulled his head in. Holy shit, man. Like
that finisher, protected.
Dude, that is so. Hey, man, as soon as he slammed him down with it, you could have taken a picture of my floor and my feet were not anywhere close to it. I was off the ground yelling, dude. There was so much excitement in this moment of just this happened. And wow, man, like just so much. Wow. So deserving. There's so much here. And then the events that happened right after it, man.
Well, this is it with the stuff that happened right after because we know that they've got some sort of relationship, and like Don Callis saying, it's like they're talking about how he's from Impact, and he's got the name banner, it's saying Impact, blah blah blah. But as it all happens afterwards, that's what we're on about earlier, as fans watching something that you're not expecting, and just like piecing it all together as it's happening, and like, what what this means, and it's like as they're running off, and then Marvez will see on shoot, and it were like, this is fucking huge, man.
Yeah.
Like,
this is fucking
huge. Like, off the back of this fucking epic title match, which was great and massively protects Moxley, by the way, which is awesome. But then, the Impact stuff, And it's like that. Wow, the implications of that are like, this is fucking cool, man.
I want to see that picture.
We're going to see
again.
Kenny Omega on Impact with the AEW World Title. Is that
Right?
going to be that's got to be the highest rated Impact episode of the last
Oh my god!
whatever pre-Hogan or whatever.
Since Anthem has bought it, right? Easily.
So it's like it's fucking cool.
And then you
And
think about like
what it
there's
comes
so
about,
much.
like it's obviously like we didn't know beat up Moxley. That were clearly Callis sending an Impact talent. Surely we'll find out who. You know what I mean? Maybe he sent fucking Sammy Callahan or something, and we get Sammy Callahan versus John Moxley. Fucking yeah, man. Give me all of that.
Yeah, give me all of that. And like, there's so much there. There's so much happening here that there's like Shanna and Lisa are saying it here. There's so much potential here. She's been nonstop fantasy booking Impact matches. Give me all the women's matchups, all of them. But the one thing I loved about this whole segment was Callis and Omega just running off. And as they run through the grill, they went through the one side, so they had to run past Tony. And Tony's standing up there with that look on his face of just, like, I love how he takes the headphones down just to be like, what the, and that's it. Everybody, that was everybody, man. It was, what is this? Like, what is this? Like, what is this? And I just remember thinking to myself, that is Kenny Omega holding the title, and he's fucking running off with it. And I'm just like, man, right? Like, this is it.
Fuck, it's just cool. It's fucking cool.
Goosebumps again, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Goosebumps again.
And I don't think it's like a full merger, role, and I don't expect it. I think there should still be two very different things.
Yes.
But I feel like we'll get maybe a few months worth of story to have like
let's get a pay-per-view out of it. Like, it's like a crossover.
Like an Impact versus AEW, and then after that it should settle into two separate things where the odd person will show up every now and again. But
exactly. There's a friendship there,
worth of storyline to and to give Impact a nice boost. Yeah, and hopefully, crossover from both.
That's it. There's in no way do I ever see this being a full-on merger at all. I think this is just, hey, Impact is rad as fuck. We gave them a little bump on our show, which was unprecedented then, and now they're giving them an even bigger bump. Like you said, all of the AEW roster, all the AEW fans, all the audience, plus anybody who has a fucking heartbeat, is going to be watching Impact at least once. And this is their shot now to say, hey, here's who we are. You know what I mean? And like I said, make it a crossover event where it like happens. It's like The Simpsons and Family Guy. It's a one-time thing. They both get a rub and then they're back off to their own thing again. Well, there's still some points for crossover, right? So, I mean, this is huge, dude. Huge. So huge.
It's like WWE never do this because they won't want to build up the other, rivals, the competition. But it's like, no, it's nice that it's like AEW effectively giving them a boost, isn't it? Like you say, it's been falling. It's like, nah, man. I like how they're all, and even Tony Khan, all the guys involved, they're all wrestling fans. They're all wrestling. The better.
Yeah.
The better. Which is why, like, it annoys you, Vince. Like, NXT should be on a different night. Don't go against things. The more wrestling's better. These are both awesome shows that we shouldn't have to pick or choose. Obviously, most people will watch both who do anyway, but you shouldn't have to make the choice on the night either. It's like, no.
Exactly.
You could both have a hell of a lot more viewers. Why both get, whatever numbers on your ratings when if you did it on separate nights, you'd both be up here?
Yeah.
One like when didn't they have NXT on Tuesday of a week and it was like the highest rated won the band, and then NXT Dynamite went unopposed or whatever it was, and then that were. So it's like, just no more wrestling. Give us it all. Stop. Don't worry. You can all make money. If we're big enough marks, we'll buy it all and we'll ingest it all and we'll watch everything.
Look at me.
It doesn't matter.
Look at me, for fuck's sakes. I'm buying it all here. Like, I will buy it all. Don't fucking think I won't. I will buy it all. I don't watch WWE and I just bought this lantern here. I buy WWE figures all the time.
This or that. It should be like, no.
It's all of it, man.
Give me it all.
For all of it.
Give me it all. I'm a greedy bastard. I love it.
Like, that's it. Is there's so much now here for Impact to do with AEW, with both of them. And like, there's so much potential here for us as wrestling fans. It's so exciting. It just gave me this huge breath of life into what, honest to God, man, it was so stale for years. It was me and two guys that I know that watch WWE, and we would watch it pay-per-views every month, and that's what wrestling was to us. It was like going to church, you know, where you don't even fucking want to anymore, but it's so much of a tradition of your life. You've been doing it since you were a kid. You just keep doing it, and you just hope for something bigger, and then nobody answers your prayers until finally you meet Dean Christ, and your whole life turns around because of a Jericho cruise, and AEW is born, and then next thing you know, there's wrestling everywhere, and it's awesome. So
it's fucking great.
Tell you, man, my life is great because of you and because of AEW. I'll tell you that right now, Dean.
Oh, that's pretty sweet, actually. That's pretty sweet.
Well, you know what?
Back at you.
Let's cut off the air here because I want to say some things that are not good to say in the middle of the day here where I am. And
where's my baby oil?
There we go. Okay. Well, before we get too crazy here with this Dynamite and with this Dynamite episode here, we thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you for being a part of it. Thank you, everybody, for saying hello. And dude,
yeah, coming along 6 months. You told me today it's been 6 months we've been doing this show. I don't know what 30 odd shows, 36. Fucking brilliant. Yeah, I didn't think we'd go this far, and it's thanks to all these legends watching. And we'd do it anyway, wouldn't we? We'd do it in a dark room by ourselves anyway, wouldn't we? So it's nice that people come on. 6 months. It's crazy.
6 months.
I just had an idea, wasn't I? I just said you'd fancy doing it.
Happy birthday, brother.
I remember I asked you because I thought about it because I don't really have anyone in my life to talk about wrestling with in, you know, like proper in depth. Obviously, we've all got friends that were wrestling fans, so you might message, oh, you see that. But to actually sit down in depth, there's no one in my immediate vicinity that watches AEW, and I could sit down and talk to them for hours. You know what I mean? So that's why I thought, fancy doing that. And the awesome, you just went, because you're such a fucking legend, boom, I'm in, let's do it. And then that's it. A few days later, we're fucking right, we're in. Awesome.
Here we go, man. We have a long way to go, but hey, we're on the journey, brother. We're on the journey. This is it. I'm just fucking happy, and I'm excited. I'm excited. So
I can tell you're happy because your hair stands on end when you get excited.
It does. It definitely does. I get a little bit redder too. All right. So thank you to Dave Spivak for our theme song here, for letting us use Run Out of Money here for the song. You guys, we'll talk to you all very soon. And John Howell, step on some Legos, brother.
Love you all.
Well, I missed the bump and I missed the hit. Well, I missed that psychedelic trip. Why did it quit? I just ran out of money. Give me another drink and I'll tell ya, I ain't feeding no lines. But that girl you knew last summer, well, she was out to kill your mind. And now you're home and defensive, like a dog gone in a bone.
Place, you're a genius.
The best wrestler around, right. No denying it.
I love Dean Christ so much.
Dean Christ.
Bless you all. Except this dodgy cunt.
I don't think Jesus called people dodgy cunts.